This is Drop Tent Media Network.
Hi, hello, welcome, Called of Us, Neil Wood, Adam Nutter.
By the renewing of your mind.
The recycling. It's a flesh body world. Human. Sir, slimy reptilian.
Okay, cool. Nailed it. I might leave in some of the I like that our podcast is the worst produced. I like it.
It has to be top 3. I mean,
It's gotta be. It's gotta
has to be. We don't have a producer. We're slow at the buttons.
Yeah, well, because I'm I'm producing everyone else's, so I'm like, quick, I'm efficient. You know what I mean? I don't have to speak and think of funny things. I just have to work, and it goes pretty smoothly. I have some mishaps. Fuck you for pointing them out. But you know, for all intents and purposes, pretty good. We try to get a good sound and video, and then ours comes up, and we're just like claps are left in. I'm you and I just saying for 45 minutes. It's a nightmare. I'm going to clean up my language. I am very conscious of it, and we are going to be better. But we're also kind of fuck you because we're also pretty great.
Yeah, we're also trash. So it's like, what do you really expect from us? I mean, to be like professional and shit. Like we're barely holding it together as people to cover this.
So you don't realize that, like, I think women. Let me pitch you a thing.
Pitch
I
away.
think you would agree to this. Would you agree to this? That you are more likely to get searched, generally Googled, Instagram creeped, probably by more women than men, right? Like,
disagree.
You disagree. So
I disagree.
So you feel that men also like, and no, not creeped. I don't mean that way. I'm saying in dating, you meet somebody on an app, something like that, right? Where you haven't actually technically met, not in real life, or even in real life, maybe. But you feel like that men and women would equally, whatever their situation, would equally search each other. Like before going on the date,
are way more attuned to do that than men are.
Okay, well then you didn't get what I was saying, or I worded incorrectly, because that's what I was trying to say. That women are more, like
you definitely
more
said
likely.
That's possible.
Okay, I apologize.
That was a maze.
You know, guys. Hey, listen. I went to the cart when I was. If you know, I went to the trailer. Maybe some of you might remember that. Sometimes it takes me a little bit of an avenue to get somewhere.
Men look up things more women inclined to, right? On dating.
I have. Yes. I do not.
That was wild.
Your Honor, twisting the words. Your Honor. Point of order. Clarification. I would like to. Well, you would agree with that, right? So that's why I say that.
Make it clear, just to clarify to everybody. I agree with you that women are more inclined to look up men pre going out on a date than men are to look up women.
Cool. You know what? Here, we'll just start again. All right. So here we go. Called of Us, Neil Wood, Adam Nutter. It's good to see you. Comedy's nuts. What have you been? Yeah. What was? I mean, your weekend that you can talk about, or, you know, like your weekend in near Atlanta in Georgia. You know, what was that like, buddy? How did it go? Everything go good?
Time. Good time. Yeah. Crazy. You know, just maybe on the Patreon we'll get into it. Sure. Definitely probably wouldn't be. Are you drinking out of a blender with a straw? That's actually kind of awesome. Is that a protein shake?
I don't feel that. Yeah, it's just protein shake. I don't feel the need to put the protein shake in another thing.
I agree.
It's in a cup.
I drink it out of the thing too.
Yeah, I'm not dirty in another thing. I'm wasting more water. You're wasting more time. That's me.
Yeah, I just have like the Ninja thing, so it's like a actual cup. You just drink it. You're like an old. That's like a '90s blender you're drinking out of. Like it looks like a fucking 100%. '90s blender. That's awesome. I'm super
Shout out to the fucking. I think the '70s. This thing, like, this has got like a push button down.
That's what I'm saying. I can tell. I apprate that blender 100%.
I don't do modern blenders. Do you have to pull start them?
Yeah, you have to put gasoline in it.
There we go. Yeah. Don't put the ice in yet. You got to wait for it to warm up.
It's like fucking fuel.
Yeah.
So crazy time, but it was fun time. The presidential debate got heated as fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah. People just. I'll say this, and it's not to get political because it's not that show. This is not that type of podcast. But as a libertarian in the libertarian debate, and someone asked you about like, what do you think about the COVID lockdowns and stuff? And you just go, oh, I don't have an opinion on anything. You're probably not going to be a good candidate for helping. That's all I'm going to say. Like, so one guy went up there and just gave himself, like, suicided himself, essentially, like, politically suicided himself. And everyone was like, boo. And then, like, the next day, he went on Twitter and tried to, like,
oh no,
like, be like, just lie about what happened. And everyone was like, we were all there. We all saw what happened. You're awful. It was just a very funny moment. This guy just completely just hanging himself as a candidate. But it was fun. It was a fun time. The shows were fun. It was good.
Yeah.
The opener for me will never open for me down there again. I'll tell you that much right now. That's just over. And like I
Did
said,
you get? Sorry. No. Go ahead. Continue.
I said this on 5 till midnight last night, but like it was thing guy open for me last year, who did well. Like it was what was weird about it, and like I know he's not like a professional, like he's just like an open micer essentially, right? Like he doesn't like do this all the time. Like he just does open mics and whatever spots he could get. I'm sure down in fucking Georgia. But like last year did 5 minutes, like did well, like the audience laughed the whole time. Like, you know, he did his job, like he hosted. Like I don't know, he got his balls up this time or whatever, and it was like I'm doing some avant-garde shit, but just like it just was not, it just bombed. Like he bombed terribly. And then you know, he brings Sarah up and you know, Sarah fucking does great. And then he decides to do more material in between Sarah and myself and just eat extra shit. Ooh. And then he's like, okay, here's your headliner. I'm like, great, man. Awesome. Thanks. I could have rolled the high of Sarah Bell, but no, we'll just go back to that. Now I have to fucking just do crowd work for like 10 minutes.
Yes. And we're not here to talk comedy, but either. It is fun. It's funny just watching it because it's a friend in a way, right? Like it's kind of like it can be a friend in a way. And listen, I mean, I had a very similar thing where it was a fun set on a Friday, like the last show we did, but we all the comics in the back, or some of us, were like, man, the jokes in that order that you did to host on a similar situation, a show, it was insane. He went off. Like I had a guy go up like, I love him to death. He knows, and he knows it. It was completely different. It was like, it was something I used to do accidentally back in the day. To put it in a frame for like just normal situations, it's kind of how sometimes you interact with maybe if you have people on the spectrum in your life and like they lead off strong, way too strong. It's something that like, like way too strong. Maybe too much of a deep cut or just too much. And then you're talking to them more and it like evens out a little bit. You understand like, oh, okay, got it. Cause it was just like family stuff at the end and like over hard hitting and like coming out of the gate. It was insane. But when hosts do that, when someone does well and then, that gets pointed out. When someone does well and then a host goes up and like tries to get in another thing, it is, it's hard sometimes because you're on that show and it's their show. So it's tough, but everybody who knows, like, typically it's like, you're not supposed to do that. Like it was a hot set, like let it rock out.
Unless you were going to say an absolute banger, which has to be guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just shut the fuck up. You're getting
a one.
Right.
It is akin to you at a party, like asking for attention to like tell a story, right? And if someone comes over, your friend who also knows the story, and there's just one part, you have to think of that in that context, and you just know it's coming, and you just have to go and like, oh right, and then it was a red dog, right, and like something, and they're like, it's a kid, and then the person looks at you, they're like, no, what, like the crowd is just like, no, what are you talking about? Like, shut up right now, shut the fuck up.
So he's telling the story. It's very interesting, yeah.
It's brutal when that happens. Just swing and a miss, and it's not needed because the set.
Go up there and eat shit is wild. Like it's just wild to me. It's like I would never in a million years do that. Like I the only way you do that, is like the guy, if like Sarah bombed, which of course she's not gonna. So it's like, that's the only time a host's supposed to fucking do that. But it's like, it was fucking crazy. It was pretty fucking crazy.
Hosting's much more like a 9-to-5 job. Like you gotta you come in, you there's rules to follow. Kind of, some people feel that there aren't, and that's okay. I get it, but it's kind of some rules. You don't do this. You don't do that. You try to do this. And it's just the way it goes, you know. Whereas if you're just doing a set, you're a headliner, you kind of have to free flow. It's like freelancing. You kind of just have to go up and move with them. You're there longer. It's always funny, but watching somebody listen. I love when I do it because I just come up and it's just a tag on a joke. That's all. That's the only thing you should ever do is just like a boom tag, and then that's it. Get the fuck out. It's so crazy. It's great when somebody starts a thing. It feels like a bad like a wedding speech where like your third uncle or like your distant uncle gets up and you're like, no, dude, sit down. No fucking way are you. Yeah.
Yes.
It's always brutal. You gotta not shake his. Fun times.
So that's done. But outside, it was still fun though. It was still a good time. I worked out. I got a day pass at LA Fitness down there.
Cool.
Worked out at a. Me and Cole went down there, and we were the only two white people in the whole gym. And that was a weird experience. Not weird in a bad way, just weird, like because I'm not used to that. Like up here, where it's all white, and like the two. I was like, oh, this is what it's like to work out where I work out. I'm back home. It's reversed.
Yeah.
Cool. It was also weird going to like a foreign gym because like you don't know where anything is, and LA Fitnesses are also just trash. Like they're like the worst like corporate gym. Like statistically, also I think that's accurate.
Statistically, also I think that's accurate.
Pretty sure that is accurate. Numbers.
Yeah.
The guy says right here that it is accurate.
Oh, you get the. Oh, okay.
I have a guy right here. I have a number.
It's a ghost of Jesse Pedraza. Still,
well, he killed him. Yeah, it's really there. Or diabetes killed him first. One of us killed him.
You son of a bitch.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Is he not less fat?
No one knows what we're talking about. It doesn't matter.
But it was a good time. Fun trip. And then I'm home until California after Super Bowl. So.
Can we talk about just because you mentioned it, but I'm thinking of if I would be bumped in the same way or like it being predominantly a black gym where you clocked that. It's interesting. That you clocked. I'm like, so it smelled like
interesting.
So it smelled like cocoa butter. Big deal, dude. What's up?
You wouldn't know. It's that thing of like you always walk in, try to look around your surroundings, your environment, and see who's around.
You don't need to go. Just have fun with it. You're like defending yourself. I didn't mean to.
I'm not. I'm saying. So I walked in and I'm like, this gym sucks. Like right away, it's LA Fitness. It's just fucking trash.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, the LA Fitnesses suck, dude. I used to go to LA Fitness, and it was terrible. It was like the fucking worst gym.
What are some? Okay, sorry. Just you made it, but like, what is it? Like plates
no
never
weights where they're supposed to be. Like ever, the weights are missing. They're just gone. They're not even like misplaced. They're just gone.
Okay.
Who the fuck is stealing like 80-pound weights from LA Fitnesses? It's crazy.
Sure.
None of the machines work ever.
Okay, that's a problem.
They're always broken. The cables are always ripped out. They have a gym and a pool usually.
Right.
But there's no like system for the gym. So like a bunch of guys were playing basketball, but there was like a bunch of guys just also like loitering around like the court, like waiting to get on. But like there was no like system of like we got next. It sounded like the gym doors were open, so I was like listening the whole time, and like it was very much like, yo, we got next game. They're like, no, we got next game. Like, oh, we were here first. Like, oh, we lost already. And it was like, so that's a chaos in there. Half the equipment's missing out here, right? It took forever just to get a day pass. They're like, we need like ID. Like credit card, like all this shit. I'm like, can I just give you $20? Like, can I just go and give you $20 to work out? Like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it was like nuts. A bad run gym. That's what I'm saying. It was terrible. And then
gotcha.
We get in there, and then again we're just like the three of us, three dudes, trying to work out together, and we don't know where anything is. It's like like things are being taken. It was like one of those kiddie experiences. We were like, fuck, dude.
I wasn't sure.
My own gym again, like.
Sure. No, I got you. You said so much just because you were saying shit. I was just wondering if I was like, we talking dirty, no service, like like plates missing is always equipment broken. You're like, okay, yeah, this place they don't give a shit. Got it.
Yeah, they were super nice. It's just terribly run. Just LA Fitness is the fucking worst franchise gym in the world.
Gotcha.
Like they can only care so much because I'm sure like it's like the front desk could like find the weights that were stolen. You know what I'm saying? Like they just have to like get them replaced by their manager or whatever. But like they were super nice to us. But it was just the fucking. I just hate working out of foreign gyms. Nothing is where it is.
Foreign gyms. I like my domestic gyms. All right.
Yeah. Not this imported gym shit.
This imported gym shit. All right. LA Fitness. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been to a gym in a long time. Just ripped.
You work out like Rocky, dude.
Yeah. What can I say? I gotta eat my eggs today. I forgot. I got to do that.
You drinking raw eggs? You doing
Yeah,
that?
I mean, I've done it on the podcast. I'll do it again.
That's gross.
It's great for cholesterol. Terrible for your cholesterol. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, cooked eggs are fine. Yeah.
Egg white is probably the better way to go. Cut out the cholesterol, people. Nah, it's not. Listen, we're getting into bro science now.
It's like, that's like fake.
As someone that is not
real.
fake. It's
It is.
totally fake. Yeah, you should tell that to my my stepdad. I don't know. I don't want to say Ed. You know,
Good old Ed.
tell that to my mom's boyfriend. All right, who I think is having like bypass surgery right now.
He's eating more eggs. He's fine.
Yeah, it should be. No, he's probably gonna have to ease up on the cheesecake. I think.
Because I am for sure autistic, 100%. Because I've been watching a lot of Love on the Spectrum, and every single one of those motherfuckers talks about animals on repeat, and I'm like, oh man, I do that. Like I do that a lot. I mean, this one motherfucker, dude. I was crying laughing because this kid Tanner goes out on a date on this show with this girl with Down syndrome, right? And this motherfucker, he's just autistic. He doesn't have Down syndrome. She does. He just loves animals. This dude loves animals. And they go on a date and they sit down and he's excited because it's like his first date ever. And he just wants to talk to her.
Right.
So he goes, do you like animals? And she's like, yeah, because she has Down syndrome. So it's a different, you have two types of spectrum interacting with each other. And he's like super hyper and she's like way more mellow. So he's like, do you like animals? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, do you like frogs? She's like, yeah. He's like, do you like cats? And she's like, yeah. This motherfucker named every animal in the playbook, dude. He just went on a tear. And she just was like, yeah, no, yeah. Dude, I was in tears laughing at how funny he was. Like, do you like frogs? Do you like snakes? Do you like fish? Do you like sharks? Do you like whales? Do you like squirrels? Do you like porky? I'm like, yeah, buddy, keep going. How many can we get? I was like, I do that. So like I can't shit on this this experience, this date, because I am the same fucking way. And I'm just ripping down animal facts like a fucking like I know like an artist, 100%. So I think I'm on the spectrum for sure, at least a part of me.
Yeah, I mean, someone who's been on days currently, I feel like an idiot when I'm just like searching for a question. I'm like looking up at this. Man,
Just
let's see
ask
here.
Like every animal on the planet.
I think he's got a great move. He's got priorities. He knows what he likes, right? And he's out there trying to see and make a match. Do you like the animals I like? If not, it's going to be a deal breaker.
You should. Oh man, they went to the zoo on their next date. This motherfucker's brain blew up. It was like a fucking world shattered in front of him. It was wild. It was. But I get the same way when I see animals and giraffes and shit. I'm like, fucking look how big it is. And I start to rip out facts about like whatever I see. I'm like, if I know any, I'll be like, this is so and so, whatever.
I feel you. Yeah, I mean, I think the unvoted, it's not unvoted, but it's like the interesting thing is I think we're gonna see that autism and stuff like that is gonna eventually be. We're all like just in the same way you go and get a 23andMe. Your mental, I think something's happening evolutionarily, and I think it's just our brains are. Something has to be happening.
We're all autistic.
No, I'm saying that it's right. The spectrum. As soon as you understand like a spectrum of everything, like, well, you have behaviors. I find myself. I mean,
hey, what is the spectrum? And I don't mean like philosophically. I mean like, what is the spectrum? Like, why do they call it that? Like, what is the spectrum? Is it like just a made up? It was like an old school, like a spectrum. It used to be like a long rod that they shafted something with.
No, it's a visual. Like, I mean, I always break it down for people.
Visual aid? Is it just a visual aid, or is it like an actual real thing?
Spectrum is anything. Just think of a cone in a way. It's really more of like any system at which that you can have it. It moves from lower to higher, less to greater. You know what I mean? And it all fits inside of a category.
Okay, I thought it was like maybe pulled from like an old medieval, like like, we had a spectrum of cows. And like,
I don't know, dude. I didn't fucking study Latin, Adam. So,
Right, well, be better.
Are you producing this podcast or am I? I think you're the one that typically looks stuff up. Sounds like you should have done some homework.
I didn't do the autism spectrum. I just thought of the thing because I'm autistic and I thought it was a fucking animal thing.
I didn't know. Sometimes you get the best of us, and I feel like today is one of those days. This is us at our best.
If you want to know why wombats are the only animals in the world that poop cubes, this is your fucking show. Actually, no one knows why. They are the only animal in the world that does that, though, which is weird. They shit the cubes. Oh, unprofessional.
Jesus. Dear
Yeah.
Lord. No, I genuinely do think it's going to be like a 23andMe. We're going to eventually, like, our brains will be studied that way. Of like, oh, I mean, technically, you are 2% on a spectrum, which means that you are just, your tendencies are a little more this. You're more A type than you are B type. Like, each of them have strengths, each of them have weaknesses. Everything's just going to turn into that way. It's almost like, and then it's like astrology in a way, right? Only like based in science for the mind. It won't really matter. It's just some combination of which, because I find myself doing it. That's why I think I understand people that are on spectrum in ways. I even see, you ever see the behavior in everyday folks? Like, you just look at somebody and be like, yeah, I don't, you're like, I've known this person forever, but now with the knowledge that we have of certain behaviors, you start to go like, oh, yeah, you're much more this, and you feel comfortable when you do this, and that's kind of outside of quote unquote the norm, and you're like, oh, that's kind of a spectrum tendency in some ways.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I get you.
We got to find those people and drown them.
Don't do this. Why?
What? They have powers.
Which is, I mean, sure. I guess. It's the funny part for you was just like death, murder. I'm like, why's that got to be the part of it? I was excited if you were like, we got to find these people and fuck them.
That's worse. Actually, I think.
Low end.
That's
Not weird.
So the plague started.
Not weird. Low end of the spectrum, buddy. Not weird.
Also, I for sure have ADD 100%. And I think that was just the thing in the 90s no one gave a shit about. Because, like, I remember telling my parents, like, I'm like, I can't pay attention in school. And they was like, you don't like school. It's like, yeah, but both things can be true. Like, I can not like school and also not be able to pay attention in school. Like, it's like, those aren't mutually exclusive from each other.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely have a learning disability.
Right? Like, we definitely
I either didn't learn it correctly the first time and now have anxiety over it, or I just have a learning disability and should have been taught the correct way to deal with it so I could work it into my brain.
Hey, can you read?
I can. Is what I was told to say when I was younger. I can. So I actually only know English up to this extent. So like everything I'm saying right now is rehearsed.
That's all I know, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I meant by that, though?
They don't know the hours that goes into this. They don't understand that you and I, this is all written down, and that I have to, even this part, we decided to do this bit, and we wrote that. I ran it past you. I've been running lines all day. As soon as we get off the podcast, I have to prep for the next step.
Dude, because like I can't read. I'm just overreading. Oh gosh,
you gotta stop, dude.
I'm so tired from the beginning. I'm so sorry. I can't read. Like, if I start reading a book, I'll be like, okay, the brown cow walked through the fence. I'm like, okay, the brown cow walked through the fence.
You need to keep adding.
Brown cow walked through the fence. Brown cow. Okay, and I'll read a paragraph forward and be like, fuck. Brown cow walked through the fence. I had to start from the beginning again. I can't read. That's why I have to listen to audiobooks. Right. I need something just going. I just need to be doing something else while I listen. I can't sit there and read a book.
Some of us are just peasants, man. Some of us don't need to be the educated class. You know what I mean? It's
big bitches.
Yeah, it's completely fine. I have similar reading comprehension problems in a way. Mine is more, but I can tell mine's just like focus stuff. My brain wants to derail, go over here, think of something else. It's the normal concentration. And then you have the comprehension portion of like typically read slow. It does help me sometimes. If I haven't read in a while, I usually have to like I can feel myself mouthing it just so I'm comprehending it more. I don't know, man. You think though, like just your brain, we had an oral tradition of past knowledge, passed on knowledge for so many years. before reading and writing came along, it is in our nature to communicate, I think, in, the oral tradition. And I feel like that's what comes normal to us. I'm making this with my mouth. Our brains really reading and writing, if you think about it, are really getting in the way.
It really is. It really is. Why can't you just tell me a story and I just listen to you like with mouth open, like, oh, like a dumb cave person?
Yeah, well, really
Easier times. Easier time.
I'm sure it was easier. It was easier some ways, yeah. To just exist in a place would be fine. But at any point when you went outside or just dying from your own teeth would not be fun.
There had to be a moment in human history where they went from not speaking to somebody said words and everyone else had to kill that person because they were like, that's different. Right? Like there had to be like
I'm gonna know this.
There had to be.
Some people
there
would
had
just
to be
say
a turnover.
No,
there has to be parts in human history and evolution where the first person did the first thing ever, like the walk upright, and all the other ones were like, fucking kill it. Like
Sure.
They had to. Like there's no way. Like I think you're wrong. I think I'm right. I have zero research on it.
You're saying, yeah, there needed to be a rise of the apes, Caesar situation. There had to be a moment when.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Someone had to make fire, bro. Yes.
Sure.
Okay, the first guy that made fire, someone figured it out.
Okay. I think there's an ape on the other side of this microphone that is very upset with I'm right, and it's fine, buddy. No, I'm saying that language happens over time. We're talking language. You're talking tech. You're talking tools, which does happen over a long time. I don't know, man. It's interesting. Yeah, there had to be at a point where like, yeah, one ape or a group of apes would have been able to speak better, and that led them to communicate better, and then they maybe hunted more, fucked more, and probably, I just don't think it happened like, it went from like, and then just one day it was like wine. We need to make wine.
How it happened. Do you not watch Planet of the Apes?
I have seen it, but I listened to it on the audiobook.
Okay.
I can't watch movies.
Yeah, you need the visual.
I can't watch movies. The subtitles were on, so I couldn't understand anything that was happening.
Yeah. Like, what is it?
Which is weird because it's an English movie. I couldn't get them off. Couldn't figure out the remote because it's got numbers and stuff on it. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah.
I only really pressed the one button, so we'll figure it out one day. We got to do plugs. And then we got to finish up this podcast. So stay tuned after plugs, people. Because we got some nice. We didn't even tease the fun thing that we're doing. We should tease that. Stay in after plugs because we're going to see some naked people do some crimes. Sorry. We just jumped in. I think the podcast people could tell, like, we haven't seen each other in a bit. So we were just like, oh, and then this happened, and then this happened. Like, we just turned into kids again. Guys, let's see where Adam's going to be. You're in a couple of places coming up, buddy. What you got, Adam Nutter?
Check me out. If anybody came to Georgia, shout out Georgia. That was fun as fuck. So thank you for that.
Adam's unfortunate. There we go. Boom.
There we go. Come see me in Costa Mesa, California on the 23rd and the 24th in LA. April 12th and 13th. Oh, actually, February 6th. Up in Easton, Pennsylvania with Joe Ferraro. March 28th, Phoenixville, Dan D'April show. April 12th and 13th, Corpus Christi, Texas. April 19th, Duluth, Minnesota. Bro, I'm so bad at promoting myself. I got a text DM this morning from the Texas guys being like, yo, you plugged the show wrong on your podcast last night. I was like, thank you. They're like, you said February, we're in April. I was like, okay, thank you. So come check me out on the road. Come check me out on Five Till Midnight. I know. I fucking
still stop exiting out of the screen before clicking out. You
Arizona time. Come check out Five Till Midnight. YouTube, Five Till Midnight. We're doing great over there. So thank you for watching. And I'm not all the stuff. And that is it.
Nice. Yeah, you can check me out at iamneilwood.com or at iamneilwood on Instagram. You'll get and check out all my dates on my link tree. I always try to keep that all up to date. You can come check me out this Friday at Crown of Creation. And Sunday, Crown of Creation in right off South Street, 5th and South, here in Philadelphia. Got a great lineup. I think Che Guerrero is going to stop in from the My Undocumented Ass podcast. We got Spark Tabor and also Andy Lane, two very funny comics, and some other friends might be stopping on in. Me and Matt Himes doing Woodhimes. Come on out to that show right at Crown of Creation in South Philadelphia, 5th and South. All right. And Sunday, you can check me out in Aston, PA on a Just Todd showcase. A very fun lineup. Leah Renee, Adamus, some great comics from Philly that you should check out and enjoy. All right. And yeah, you can get tickets and all that information over at iamneilwood.com or at iamneilwood on all social media. Follow us, like us, do all this stuff. Yeah, we're getting out more content, more clips for you. Myers Brewing Company is every second and fourth Friday. Come out to that. That's in Fishtown, Philadelphia. All of our shows are $12 for early bird tickets. You can get all of that at drop10.com/events or drop10.com/biggest little comedy if you want to check us out. If you're a venue, hey, what's up? You want to do some shows? Cool. Hit us up. Drop 10, come to you, do a show, and have a bunch of fun. We bring the comics, the lights, the action, all that kind of cool stuff. And you're probably going to want to check out even more from us coming up in the future. So, Adam, can you hit the old, hit the shirts there, buddy? Thank you. Check out our merch. You can go over to Cult of Us page on drop10.com and support our growing network, support our podcast. It's helpful. You know, they're cool shirts. We hope you guys dig them. And if you love the podcast, grab a shirt, grab a hat, grab a hoodie, grab something. Patreon.com/Cult of Us. $5. That's all you got. All right. That's what we do. $5 a month. And you're going to get all this extra content from us, a bunch of silly comics, and guests we've had on the road, movie watches, the Gauntlet, tons of crazy shit, me eating eggs, probably on air if that's not in a past episode, who knows. A bunch of cool stuff, and you can watch some MMA fights with us in Discord, all this cool stuff. And yeah, everybody, it's a great way to support us, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much to all the hot dogs out there that do. Don't forget Odyssey, YouTube, iTunes,
Rumble, all this stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Love it. Boom. All right. So all you're going to do now is you can switch over. Here we go. I'm going to orchestrate you. I'm going to produce you, the producer. So we'll pull up the naked people. There you go.
Yeah,
you can do it.
I got it.
You're so
Shut
good
up.
at this. You're so smooth.
Shut up.
No.
You don't know anything.
I'm helping you.
You don't know anything.
I went on.
That's a lot of talk. Holy shit.
I was recently on a date, and a woman, apropos of nothing, started asking if I felt that Iranian people were yellow or brown.
Right.
That was just something that she felt I needed to know. And
Brown, right? Was your answer brown?
Her stance was apparently that Iranian people think they're yellow, or someone thinks they're yellow, and that
who
she
thinks
feels,
they're yellow?
Buddy, listen, I'm out here in the wilderness. You know what I mean? I'm out here in the wild.
I guess technically it's Asia. I guess technically
it is. I would say if we were being weird about these, for some reason palette-oriented skin color shit. I don't know
how
why.
it goes. Asia's yellow. Europe's white.
She called herself yellow. Yeah, she happened to be Asian. She was like, I feel like because I'm yellow, and I'm like, you're not really yellow. I mean, but anyway, I was like, I don't know. I didn't really think about it because I didn't. I was like, weird. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know. Some crazy stuff. I was excited to find this show, so we're gonna watch a little clip because I didn't realize that they had just sectioned off just a bunch of naked people doing crimes. It made me super excited as soon as I saw it, and I'm urging people to definitely check it out. We're gonna do all these episodes and make fun and have a good time with these poor police officers who are arriving on scene, dealing with naked people in various types of
I actually
crimes.
have direct experience with this, so
I know you do. So we're gonna do all this on the Patreon, but we're gonna, maybe we'll pop one in every once in a while and do an episode because they're fucking wild.
Little teaser for the page.
Yeah, okay. Ugh. Gross. Right. So here, wait. wait. Oh, guys, do you remember? There's audio listeners. We're looking at a bus. The door is open. There's a white kind of.
Oh wait, that's a problem.
It's
You
jumping
can't see.
around.
You can't see that, can you?
Can't see what?
The video.
I mean, I can see it. It just kind of shifted. Listen, man. Okay, hold on, because we have to cut this. Just pause. I want to make this clean. No. All right, so some technical difficulties maybe, but we'll see how this goes. Get a clean cut. Oh, we're so good at producing. God, we're so good. Let's do this, man. I'm excited to see one of these naked crimes, see what happens. We got one pulled up. I already like the conceit of this. Hit it.
I would describe Oakville as a sleepy bedroom community. A lot of people work
Oakville,
in Toronto,
Ontario?
come out here. It's very quiet.
Yeah, where?
Scott
Oh, and
McKinnon
Ontario,
and his
for
daughter
sure. This is
Lola
Canadian.
have a routine during the school year. Every morning, they wake up, get dressed, and head outside to their
Eat
car.
14 pounds of
Take Lola to
pancakes.
school around 8 o'clock in the morning every day. A lot of times we talk about
And
music
Canadian
and
bacon.
bands. Lola's a big
Canadian mornings just full of hockey pucks, maple syrup, and moose.
Well, don't you know? Yeah, we live near the water there, and it's a nice thing. It's pretty good there. Yeah, I can't believe that this naked guy is about to do something terrible. I saw his two flapjacks. You know what I mean? Just down there, just wobbling about. They were.
What's all this tomfoolery about?
fan.
I remember that morning I took a picture of the sky.
Ooh,
because
Canadian
there's
goth.
this rhyme that goes, red sky in the morning, sailors take warning, red sky at night, sailors
Right,
delight. Should have taken warning.
Yeah,
As they
the
approach a
music
busy
and the way they're
intersection just 2
talking
blocks
is
from
like they're
Lola's
gonna talk
school,
about a
they hear
murder that's about to happen.
sirens.
It's like that's the naked dude they saw run by them.
Instinctively, Lola
Chill.
pulls out her phone and starts filming.
Lola was like Wyatt Earp. She, in one move, just pulled it out and was filming.
It would
I saw
Pulled
this
it out.
guy and I was like, oh my
Canadian
god,
accents.
there's a naked man running down the street. Holy.
It's weird. It's
Oh, that's
freaky.
fun.
Like, you just can't process why that guy's there at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god.
I mean, you can.
What
It's
if
drugs.
that guy's wrong?
It's always drugs.
Hope the
Just
cops
for the record.
The McKinnon's initial shock quickly turns to concern.
If he's willing to run fully naked down a main street that's got to be full of rocks and broken glass, you wonder what's he going to do? And he was running right by our
He's
car.
portly.
I did check
You see
if
his
his
boobies
doors were locked.
fucking running. You see
We
that?
started off
So his
one
side
or
tits
two
go.
Oh, yeah.
cars at the scene.
There was 8 or 10 police cars by the end of it.
That's one of the most exciting things I've ever
Yeah.
Is it?
Try-
That's the most
These
exciting thing you've ever
officers eventually
seen.
Catch up with this
Oh, yeah, you
That
can
is
see
boring
it.
as fuck. Yeah, you can see his fat
able to
tits.
gain,
It's Jesse-
control,
it's
get
Jesse
this
Pedraza.
individual into handcuffs, and so thankfully the officers didn't cause any great injury to the individual.
Okay, so this
The
is pretty
individual didn't
harmless.
Run out into traffic and get hurt by oncoming traffic.
I suggested maybe a husband came home and this guy was with his wife or his girlfriend or something. We didn't know.
The situation is
Always
even
drugs.
more dangerous than the McKinnons realize.
How did this get more dangerous?
Blocks away from where this occurred, the suspect assaulted a homeowner, stabbed him, and
Oh,
took
shit.
off all their
Naked.
clothes, jumped out of the window of the house, and then took off running.
Yeah.
Once Lola and I
Drugs
found out
rule.
that
I don't
this guy
understand.
actually
Yeah.
had assaulted someone, it did put a little different spin on our
Well, he
incident.
doesn't have a
It was
knife
just
now.
kind of like shocking.
Unless he hit it in one of
Hey
his-
there, wait, come back there now. Wait, hold on there. Oh, wait there, fella. Just hold on now. Now you're causing a big ruckus, you are.
He could have done a multitude.
Oh, big
of
as a
things.
moose you are.
The suspect, who hasn't been named publicly by Halton Regional Police, is charged with mischief under $5,000,
Sure.
causing bodily
I know.
harm, and assault with a weapon.
Oh, well, those aren't great.
Never even seen anyone get arrested before, so that was definitely like, oh.
Oh, see,
That's
it's
pretty
better up
sweet.
there, dude. It's so much better.
Right.
She's never even seen someone get arrested.
Yeah, it's
Adam.
crazy. That is crazy.
Holy.
You know how
So
peaceful that is?
Yeah, I feel like after
just
this
watching even
experience,
this-
we're definitely trauma bonded
like-
in a way.
This is one clip of which wasn't even like that much. Like this guy just running down the street. I have such a fear of my dick getting ripped off my body. Not kidding. It's
real.
crazy. So
Yeah.
like, I can. I mean, drug state, sure. I mean, all is fair in love with war, but like, it's called degloving. Do you know that? If you get your dick ripped off you, it's called degloving. It's disgusting. That's all I would think about is like, oh my God, the guy tackled him on the cement, dude. His dick went face down on the cement. that shit hurts. He got dick burn. He got dick cement burn. That's one step before
dragged across concrete, dude. Not the movie.
That's rough. That's rough. I don't know, dude. That's committing crimes naked is, as a dude, next level crazy to me. Prime dick getting ripped off territory.
There's got to be a freedom to it. There's got to just feel like, well, you know, mid-run, cop behind you. There's got to be a moment like, man, this is crazy, huh? Like, my dick's waggling. Everyone's looking at it.
Hitting between your thighs, just out the wind. Dude, yeah, all right. I get it, I guess. When you put it that way, it kind of.
He's living. He's living. Yeah. Let me put it that way. He is living. You know, just, I can't, I mean, how do you not start to be playful? As soon as I get tackled, I'm just playful. I'm naked and playful, dude. I can't be serious naked. I'm going to try to tickle the cop. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to try to, I'm like I'm going to do weird noises and stuff. I'm going to be laughing the whole time.
Yeah, he just tried to run away like a pussy. He didn't try to make this fun at all.
Yeah, it's a little shame. It's a little bit of a bummer that he didn't have more fun with it. You know, I mean, that's the benefit of being in better shape. You know, because when I eventually go nuts and are naked and running from the cops, I'll be able to get a good distance, waggle, like do a little waggle, and then continue running. You know, you're going to get more out of that run.
Dude, you were able to steal that guy's cop car.
Oh, definitely. That would be fun.
If you watch his back, I mean, the cop wasn't really in shape either. They're going to show it again. He's kind of fat too. I mean, dude, two fat guys chasing each other. I mean, you 100% could have got that car. You 100% could have gotten that guy's car.
Anytime I see a guy naked like that close to cops and him running, I just think of Super Troopers or like something. It's just too funny every single time. Like just the cop like in arm's distance, like just about to grab him. Like, woo, he can't get me. Like, you know what I mean? Just,
it's like naked. It's like naked greased up deaf guy.
Yeah. Every time.
There's something about. I don't know if that video where the guy was getting arrested and he just shit on himself, and the cop's like, "Yeah, what? I'm just not gonna." They just like stop touching him because it's like, yeah, man, no one wants to deal with that.
Yeah,
like that's the ultimate defense. That's why animals do it. Some animals' defense like to shit on themselves because it's like, this is ruined now. I get it.
I'm gonna show you a little producer note. It's pretty sweet. All right, we're gonna do it in real time and just make you a better producer. Hold down Shift and hit 2.
Whoa!
What? Look at that. So next time when you would have to go and click the thing. I mean, unless depending on your setting, you have to. But
no, I still don't know how to get it back. God damn it!
You just need to, dude. I got
it to me, and now you threw me out of a loop, and I don't know how to get that back.
So yeah, we're gonna need to do some training. I think Adam's gonna need to do some training for some shortcuts.
I have no idea how to get that
really
back.
know how to
go
produce.
Back to where it was. Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody. If you would really see, this fragile human being conduct this podcast, it is amazing. Let's watch one little more and then get the hell out of here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. We can jump around and see. Crime was pretty soft.
Pizza in Towson is going to give you a free
I love all of
for
this.
the rest of your life if you can identify a naked burglar.
This perpetrator, he's trying to shield his identity by putting his clothing over his head.
Nice.
Honestly, thought I was.
Let's get to the.
It's in town.
Whoa!
That one's better. We'll go with that one
every day.
That one's way better. They know how to close.
Yeah, that one's better.
Video of a naked man on a rampage in Orange County.
This one. That's the one we're doing.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Trying to figure out what is he doing. Video of a naked man on a rampage in Orange County.
That man stripped off all of his clothes in this field behind me. Then he jumped over the fence.
It was a naked rampage.
Oh, fuck that! What are you, a bear?
Seen before.
Did he turn into a werewolf? What the fuck?
It's shortly before midnight.
There we go. Back to America. Here we go. Anaheim.
Yeah, this is what we need. Good old American werewolf crime.
She is off to her shift as an overnight security guard.
As she enters her car,
no fucking way is this guy just gonna
in the stall immediately adjacent to hers.
What in dude? Fucking an X-Man comes running.
Here comes a completely nude man, full sprint, who launches himself into the rear window of a minivan.
Yo, the human body's amazing, bro. How the fuck did he knock himself unconscious doing that?
Pause it. In that moment, how do you not think World War Z has now happened? Like, the zombie apocalypse is here. It's the running kind. Fuck. Immediately.
You're like, if it was gonna happen, it couldn't be the fucking George Romero. It had to be fucking Walking Dead. It had to be Walking Dead
had to
zombies.
be
That's nuts.
remake. Yeah, it had to be the fucking
Dawn of the Dead
09
yeah,
remake.
the 04 one.
04? Yeah, it's like 04, I think. Yeah. I thought it was
But
09.
part of you is like, no rules.
Yeah. I would immediately just back up into that man. Like, I'm surprised she just doesn't like, just back up, pull out a gun, or just run over him. Just immediately run over him.
Well, like, I'm also so desensitized. If that happened next to me, I'd be like, well, I just gotta not be involved in this, and just I would
That
just like,
happened weird.
I would just be like, oh, I don't want to be around any of this now.
Yeah,
Like, I just don't want my name attached to this. And I wouldn't call the cops either. I would just be like, just get me the fuck out of the situation.
Well, these are those moments that everyone should go fight. Like, I think if anything taught us, like, there's no reason for us to go fight. Like, there's no one to fight. You don't get out and try to approach this man. He just ran to the back of a car, broke the window, is completely naked. Like, what are you gonna do?
It's
a nurse.
Psychotic.
Yeah.
Right, naked guy. It's like you don't get involved in those ever.
Yeah, no. The civilian thing to do is just like basically back up safely, get away from him, and call the police officer. Call a cop. And be like, hey, I just saw this.
Remember that fucking idiot activist in New York City who got stabbed to death because he tried to fucking intervene in shit he shouldn't have been intervening in, like over the last summer?
No, I don't remember that.
This guy and his girlfriend in
We're
Manhattan.
too small. You're gonna do a whole story, but we're still the video pulled up, so you got to stay on the video. Or not. I got it. Listen, but I'm gonna go back to doing the behind the seat. I think I don't think I'm gonna sit here anymore because we're producing this terribly.
Do it. See, I hit shift.
I'll just go back to sitting behind the chair. It's gonna be fine. Write in, put in the comments if you're like, why don't we just put Neil behind the chair again? You know what I mean?
Now
There's
it's
no
just too
point.
good not to. Now I have to keep doing it for the bit. Fucking, this guy and his chick were in Manhattan, and it was like midnight, and there's some crazy homeless guy essentially who just starts punching a mailbox and just screaming into the void. And this guy's like, let me go approach that. And the guy's like, I'm going to stab you to death. And he stabbed him to death. It's like, don't.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Like, there's nothing good coming from this. Just be like, that's a thing, and just walk the other way. Like, there's no good from this.
Yeah, because you have to, like, I feel like people getting involved, you have to think of what you're going to need. And you're just not, unless that means that you are ready to secure him. You're ready to basically handle this guy, and you're going to do so. Because other than that, you're either about to get into a fight or you don't know what's about to happen. But you have to be ready for those outcomes. And if you're not, what the fuck are you doing? Call the cops, get the fuck away from there, and flight. Yeah, you gotta.
It's fucking
get the hell out of there.
Anywho, yeah, but it is a crazy
This guy
response.
doesn't belong here. He
I
doesn't
can't
live here.
believe that guy
What is
just-
he doing?
He did it with sufficient enough force to break the glass, knock himself down, but then he gets right up.
PCP
He
is a
just shakes it
fucking
off.
real
Yeah,
drug.
It really is a wild drug.
Feeling of real pain.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
not
at
PCP.
this point,
It's like also you're like,
he's
this
a
guy's
very, very
a werewolf,
dangerous
right?
individual.
She's trying to make her escape. She's in her car. She's thinking,
Oh no.
hopefully this is coming to an end. But really, it's not.
Oh, does he go for her? Oh
He's
shit! He gets.
on the
right
car.
on the top of her car.
He's on the hood now.
The fact that the suspect
They're just in like a
didn't get up
parking
after this incident
garage.
Yeah, like a parking lot, like a
incredible in and of
residential
itself.
parking lot.
But then to pick a new target and jump onto her car, it's insane.
He's holding on to
So
the
now he's. Oh wow! Now she's trying to get him off.
He hits the car too.
turning to the left and turning to the right, and then she accidentally hits the very car that the
Car
guy
that he's-
had just gone head
This poor
first
bastard's
into.
car is like, what the fuck
What
did
the
I
fuck?
do? That's so crazy.
Oh,
Dislodged
he
from her
slide,
car.
dude. It's like a roller skin. It's like a
You
roller
notice how
rink.
it was
knockout.
face down on his dick.
Ooh, yeah.
That's two things we watched and two dick onto concrete things happened. It's all my point. And my
then
point
jumping out of the
stands
car as
about
the,
getting your dick ripped off.
resident is trying to flee and then being flung off of it, all the while he's naked. I'm sure
Naked.
there are injuries to
Naked.
his body that he probably is going to regret he did any of that stuff.
Or he's not because he's a superhero.
I
Nah,
do
he's feeling
kinda
it.
hurt
No, he's feeling it. He's feeling it.
Apartment complex hear this commotion, and they come out
Why?
just to see what the hell is going
Well,
on in the garage.
call the cops
And
if they're not already on their way.
911. They're
Sure.
approaching him to render aid, and he suddenly just gets up like nothing happened and starts running.
The
He has
suspect
crime
is
to
apprehended a
take care of.
mile away. He is
He
identified
just things
as
to do.
21-year-old Garrett Smith. He's
Just
charged
gotta
with
run it
being
out.
under the influence,
Yeah, you think?
vandalism, and resisting arrest.
Oh, he resisted arrest?
What this female
Dude.
did is appropriate for the circumstances. I would tell my wife to do the same thing. Get out of there as quickly as possible, any way that you can.
Yeah, there's not
Honestly,
really.
thought I was dead. I was gonna die that night.
Damn.
You might laugh.
Did you though? I'm gonna push back on that.
Gets up, falls down, gets up.
I don't think he did. I think that was you playing it up for the camera.
Else in this story.
He jumped on your car.
Like she was held
You're in the car.
hostage in
He
that
can't
car.
get to you.
Wow.
You can just keep driving.
was
He'll never get in the car.
Larissa
He's
attested to
eventually
this
gonna fall
on
off the
local
car.
news.
Were you really
It's
afraid
hard
for your
me
life?
to
I don't
come
know.
outside at night the way I used
I call,
to.
I call bullshit.
I mean, I think they said she's a nurse, so or something. I might have misheard that. I don't know. Yeah, like whether she put it together that much or not, right? Like I don't know, because if she backs out aggressively, if you watch the video,
For sure.
like she backs out like she kind of knows something very bad happened next to the car next to her.
Well, I'm
backs
sure she
out,
heard
sees the
shattering thunder.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. But she doesn't know at this point. I mean, if she's right, or if she even pitches that like something out of it, not strange, something dangerous has just happened. You know what I mean? Those are two different things. I'm the dum dum who's like, that was weird, you know, like, and then back out slow because I'm like, oh, what was that? But if that window pop sounded that way, I'm sure it would have shook me. I'd have been like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I probably would have, because that window pops. It's a very distinct sound.
It had to have been so loud, dude. A human being getting thrown through a fucking windshield.
Just hearing what he was yelling as he was running into that window was probably fucking wild. Like just
you think it was
full
Tasmanian devil speak?
Tasmanian, yeah. Either
or
that,
was it like an old school like Geronimo? He yelled like a Geronimo and then
Right.
went in, or something just like new, like a new.
yeah.
Or do you yell six semper tyrannis like fucking John Will?
Yeah,
Lincoln.
Yeah, he's just something that is like pulled from his unconscious, makes no sense. It's just, I'm glad Katrina happened. happened. You're like, what the fuck?
Well, New Orleans had to learn a lesson. I agree.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He's just like, what the fuck is he saying? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. So I think the fight or flight response was definitely initiated. She was trying to flee, and you just saw a man knock out a window. You don't even know. I don't know if she knows if he's got a gun or what. All of a sudden he's naked. He's on top of the car.
That's what I'm saying. There's no weapon.
Well,
You know that.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess at that point, but it's
Like, wait a minute. He pulled a fucking rifle out of his ass. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Put it in the comments, because I feel like you're remembering. Also, you have some training, but as someone who was like in an accident recently, and somewhat recently or whatever, and I was dazed. I wasn't thinking clearly enough, because I haven't been in, thankfully, like someone hasn't T-boned me in a very long time or whatever.
Dude, I don't know why, but I imagine when you get T-boned, you sound like Nathan Lane in the fucking birdcage when he was driving with the parking brake on. He's like, that was you when you got T-boned.
I love the birdcage. It's so funny. It's so good. Are you telling my Guatemalanas?
Great movie.
Such a good movie. But yeah, I feel like, remember, like, you have training, but I feel like everything gets a little blurry on the edges. You know what I mean? Like vision, like you're all the way up here. Yeah, you're not thinking exactly clearly. You're just like, I get the fuck out of there. I'm trying to get this giant birthmark removed on my neck.
Yeah, that was wild. That was so distracting. I almost couldn't say what I wanted to say.
Bless her heart.
I forgot my point at one point. I was like, wait,
tough.
what am I going to say?
It's tough. Hey, she's probably got 3 kids. Shocked it down. You know what I mean?
That thing. That's a
delightful
black hole thing on her
husband.
fucking face.
Delightful husband. He pets it and puts lotion on it. I'm sorry we called her out. I'm not making fun of her. I'm saying that she's probably very happy. You know what I mean? Oh, stop. It's fine. It's
At what point you're like, get this removed, right? Like,
a lot of could be said for looking at your body in that way, dude. Not to fire back. Yeah.
I had a skin tag, got it removed. It's gone.
True. I feel you. Well, let's not end on such a sad note, but some delicious desire, I would say, for some more naked videos is what I've grown. That window. I think that they'll probably play their cards right, and everyone will end with a PCP story. Like, you know what I mean?
It has to.
It's just that they are the wildest ones.
If this show is truly awesome, it would end it off with a dick ripping.
Oh, dude.
The last episode would have a dick ripping.
you and someone I will not name have been talking about the degloving and the dig ripping. Can we stop talking about it? You're bringing it up all the time. It's too much. I'm worried for your mental health.
It's
and you can deglove anything. Degloving is just simply a skin removal.
That's disgusting, but I only think of it in penis terms.
Again, very worried for your mental health. I think some
I'm also afraid of
medications.
sharks and pools. We talked about this before.
Sure, which is one of the funniest dumb things I've ever heard. It's just I'm scared of sharks and pools.
Only if I'm in there first or alone.
Like you could easily change that, and it could be more relatable. It could just be like I don't know. I get this sense that there's something in the pool with me.
Yeah,
and
a
just
shark.
keep it. And for some reason, it's hilarious that for
Or it could be a
that it's
gator
shark.
or a croc, but it's usually a shark.
It's usually the made up thing you made up. It's usually a shark.
Well, it's not made up. Sharks exist. So
Sharks exist, but not in
Don't be
pools.
an idiot. You don't know that.
Sharks exist, but not in
You
pools,
don't know that.
especially
You
in.
the flood one time, and the shark landed in a pool.
So you look down at the pool, blue, clear, no shark in it. You're like, you get in, you're like, there's probably a shark in here.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's an irrational fear. That's a very irrational fear. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could happen. You don't know.
It could happen.
Bull sharks are they're fresh and saltwater.
I keep
bull shark to get in there. You don't know.
What is somebody throwing it like we're in the fucking fish market? What do you mean? Was someone just throwing it in the pool while you're not?
There was a major flood, and in the flooding
So,
system, it
so a
got
major
trapped
flood
in the pool.
happens while you're in the pool.
No, stupid. After you go in after, you're not following this story.
These because it makes no sense. It's what are you, me at the beginning of this podcast? No, I mean obviously in the moment it's an irrational fear that you have, but in trying to explain it, you can't. It's like I've been in the pool this whole time. There has not been a flood. No one's thrown a shark in here from what I can see. There's no reason why I should think a shark's in here.
Yeah, for somebody who loves horror movies, you don't get it. Okay,
Oh.
you're just not getting it.
Oh, I mean, you have given me a godsend, like really, of if I ever needed to kill you, freak you out, it is going to be getting my hands on just a nice little baby shark. And
Dude,
one time
don't
we're
even-
swimming, I am going to work it into that pool
I'll kill you, and I'll kill the shark.
and video it the entire time and just watch you freak the fuck out. Like just,
I would freak out. No, it's actually scaring me right now.
and then I would run around the pool. I would run around the pool as you chased me. And I have regular shoes on and you're all slippery and you would fall a bunch. And then you'd fall into the pool with the shark again.
Back in the pool with the shark again.
And you get to hear you yelling.
No, dude, shark or croc or gator.
I mean, listen, if I'm swimming in a pool in Florida, yeah, you're not wrong. But I mean, but again, it's clear water. I'm imagining, so I'm like, oh, yeah, there's no gator in here. Duh, I would be able to see it. I'm not just jumping into one and then figuring it out. I get you because those ones scare me. Those ones, yeah, like Florida pools, and like all of a sudden people just like jump. Like, yeah.
Backyard fences.
Let us know your dumb irrational fear. I don't really have one that I'm aware of. Like an irrational fear. I don't
No, we
really
did
have
this
one.
last time with podcast about this, but I
Yeah,
remember you
we
not
did.
saying anything. I have like a bunch.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
so many, it's great.
all mine are fears that are pretty just. Like, yeah, bears in the woods when I'm hiking.
That's a real fear.
It's a
You
real
should be.
fear. I've been in bear territory. Yeah, it's not.
They're fucking. They will fuck you up.
I mean, sharks, yeah, but usually just because when I'm in the ocean, I like the ocean. I like to surf
Oh,
and
that's
fucking
you're
boogie
stupid.
board and shit. Yeah, and that would be a thing. Dying alone. There's
Yeah.
that one. It's always fun.
I'm afraid of dying. Yeah, all my well, that's not a rational fear. That's a real fear. But dude, dick ripping off in shark and pool / gator and pool is two biggest easily irrational. Fear. Oh, I would disagree that those are rational. Obviously, they're very rational, but whatever.
Well, that's why you wear. I know you solved one of them, right? Because that's why you wear the cup all the time.
Well,
Right.
I had to. I
Yeah.
yeah. My dick ripped off. It's crazy.
It's a smart move. No, I mean, I don't like to put it out there. I know he's being very open. We don't really put it out there, but yeah, anytime you can actually, you love it when people come up and test it too. So like, come up to Adam, you just check it real quick, just give it a little flick. It's always fun because he likes it because he wears one all the time for protection. So it's
I get my
fun.
balls hit at a show because of you. I'm gonna punch you in the ball.
No. Well, you wear the cup, so it's fine. That's what I'm saying. So it works. Guys, just make sure to test it because he loves it. It's a thing that all the fans are doing now. It's fun. Man, this has been another day in the call. So much fun. I've been Neil Wood. That's been Adam Nutter. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
You want to be a good person. We know you do. And that's why we're here to guide you and help. You can go to @CultOfUsCast or Cult of Us and just subscribe, and that will fix you. This is your Pope, Neil Wood, and that will fix you. We know that you'll grow as a person and be better. Check out all the stuff at patreon.com/cultofus or droptent.com/podcasts. You want to be better. You will.
Hi, I'm International Man of Mystery Dan DePriel, and I'm one of the weekday comics. My friend Dave and I get paid to do comedy, believe it or not. But we're not allowed to tell all the jokes we want to tell. That's why we started this podcast. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m., where we're going to talk about the news of the day and tell a couple of jokes that we just don't feel comfortable telling on stage. Hey, we don't have careers, so who gives a weekday comics? Our podcast, where we give you the big bags of trash we were born to be and aren't allowed on the shows they pay us to do.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.